Was that your review, Pearly? Morning, everyone. Sorry, there was a delay in starting this because I got sidetracked, as we do often. So, how's everybody doing? First day of the week. Oh my God, what was my password? It's always my struggle here. Let's try. I don't know why this is, but I am. Oh, look at that! I remembered my password. Because generally, most of the times, I do not remember. Okay, so how's everyone doing? If anyone's in the house, feel free to share your scent of the day and tell us what you're wearing, what you're doing, how your day is. I am having my Tim Horton coffee. All right, look at that. God, just get some. I may need to do something about this hair, you know, keratinized or whatever they do, because it's getting crazy out of hand. It's kind of change of the climate from kind of humid to sometimes it doesn't help with the let's see. So so yesterday I managed in the morning to convince His Majesty to come with me to the Labo store, which took us about just before we left Toronto. So we were there at the Labo store. Thankfully, it opens around 11, I think, on a Sunday, and it's actually in a very pretty neighborhood. I think. Let me just see if I can. In a very trendy neighborhood. I'm pretty sure it's pretty expensive because there was all sort of the like Chanel standalone store, Balenciaga standalone store. Though I wish I could have gone to the Balenciaga store, but there was no way His Majesty would let me go to the Balenciaga store on my own. And he only consented for one store, which was the Labo store. And let me see, Labo store, Toronto. So I think there's 2 Labo stores in Toronto, like standalone stores. I can't remember the Holton Bloor if they had a Labo store, like a counter, but there's one on. It says there's one on Queen Street. Yeah, so that's a Labo standalone, and there's another one on Hazelton Avenue, which is Hazelton Avenue. Is this the one on Hazelton? It was very interesting. It's a very cute looking store, and it's in a very trendy area, I would say, which is around where? Dovercourt Village. Is this the one? I don't know what neighborhood is this, but it was super trendy. Yeah, so around Yorkville. I don't know what area it is. Anyways, so I am okay. How are you? So yeah, so I went to the store. The store was absolutely like I like the design of the store. It's quite simplistic, like it goes with the Labo store. You know, kind of the vibes. And they had 2 very friendly staff in there. And so now, if you don't know, is that in Mitra is not an Indian name. No, it's also a Persian name. Anyways, so if you are familiar with the Labo, so they have city exclusives perfumes that they only release in the cities that they're exclusive to. And however, in the month of August and September, they have They the month of August and September, they have all the city exclusives available in all the stores, so you can sample them, you can buy them, but then it's not available in the other cities until the next year. Okay, well, Arjan, there's a Mitra, and it's a name of a goddess in Zoroastrian. So, anyways, in terms of the, not the goddess deity, I guess that's a difference in there. But yeah, so SHIU 25, I just became aware. I don't know when it was out, like on the on Fragrantica or not Fragrantica, but it was the Ascended Vice. But I just became aware of it. Sometimes, when they release these city exclusives, they do release them like late, like past September. Like sometimes it could be October, and when they release them, and then you don't get to try them until next year when it comes to the market. But this year, it seemed that it was available, like right this year in August. So it was a good time to go try. Like it's a Beijing exclusive. So after month of September, we will only be available in Beijing. So looking at what really blew me away, like I mean, before even like I went there with the intention of buying a 15 ml if it was something that I liked. But then when I went there and tried, so the 1.5 ml sample is $16 Canadian. 15 ml is $218. 50 ml is $4.96, and 100 ml is $6.78, and then a 500 ml is $2,185. So I guess it's also not available to buy the 15 ml, which I wasn't aware of. Like at the time, I thought you could buy them. But hi, Gian, how are you? So when you look at the price per ml, I think I calculated last night. The 1.5 ml sample at $16, it comes to about like $10.50, something like that per ml. The 15 ml though comes to $14 per ml, and then it drops from the for 50 ml, the price of it is what, $4.96 or something. Hold on, $4.96 divided by 50. That, see, I think $4.96. Oh my God, why is it doing this? $4.96 divided by 50. It comes to $9.92, so like about $10. And then the price of the 100 ml is hold on, the price of the price of 100 ml is $6.78. $6.78 divided by 100, so that comes to like $6.70. And the 500 ml is 2,000 something, so that comes to like 4.7 or $5. So which is crazy, because if you would think that the price of a sample and I had heard that a price of the kind of like the, usually when you have a smaller amount, the price is higher, and when it gets to be like a higher amount, then it would be it would be cheaper, which makes sense from the 50 ml and up. But like I don't understand why they price their 15 ml at $14 per ml. Like that's, what they're doing, right? So they know it, which this is my suspicion, and they know that people don't want to spend $300, $400, $500 on a fragrance. Like $200 is still kind of, I mean, it's still expensive, but it's still more palatable than others. So they're trying to cap their benefits and like their whatever you call it in the 15 mLs, which is gross. Like you're trying to, get most of your benefit from people who have the, more limited budget. Like, man, stupid. Anyways, it pissed me off. Regardless of that, I tried the fragrance, and they had all of the city exclusives. Let me see. I don't know how many city exclusives they have. Labo city exclusive. By the way, when we were there, I dragged my kid there, and he was carrying his giant monkey with him. And at some point, I told him to just like, you know, sit on the floor and play with the monkey while I'm trying these things. And a moment later, I was like, what's happening? Like, there's nobody is like smelling these perfumes. And I looked around. He had the two of the staff of the store and two customers that were at the store. They were like, he was telling him stories about his monkey, totally made up, like, and they were like, they were believing it, which is funny. They were asking him all sorts of questions about his monkey. Hi, Dushan, how are you? Scent of the day, Blackberry and Extreme Musk by Artisan Parfumeur. Awesome. I've never heard of that. Oh, is that Mure Musk? Is this translating? Okay. So Labo has 65 perfumes in the database. Now, how many of them, if this page ever loads? It's not currently. I don't know how many city exclusives they have. The first edition was 2006. And I think the newest one is this year. I think the city exclusive for Dallas is Aldehyde 44. It's like one of the oldest city exclusives. I think it's that is a 2007 or 2008 one. So they are lovely. Some of them are good, some of them are not so much. Like I don't care for queer, I don't care for tobacco, I don't care for the tuberose, even though the tuberose, the reason I don't care for tuberose is because I'm not a tuberose lover. Tuberose is not made, I tried it this time around, but it's not made too like suffocating, strong, or like, you know, how aggressive tuberose can be. It wasn't like that at all. Like I tried it at the store. They have Brigade. That was very nice, but more kind of masculine leaning. Vinny 44. It's all right. It's not my favorite vanilla, but it's all right. Musk 25. I had it. I sold it. It's all right. And what else is there? Then there is Myrrh 55, which is mostly a jasmine fragrance. I should probably close these curtains. It makes lightning weird. Close us halfway. All right. And they have Poivre 23, which I've heard smells like BO, but I tried Poivre 23 and it was not BO. It wasn't something that I would go for, but it wasn't horrible. Limette 37, Cedra 37 is one of my favorite ones actually from these freshies of Labo. Moustachen is very nice. Citron 28, meh. Osmanthus 19, it's okay. I mean, it's nothing to go town for. Gaiac 10. Unfortunately, this is, you know, Gaiac wood, but it on me smells like a little bit of like barbecue sauce, so I ain't getting that. And Benjoin 19 is very, very nice. I love that one. And Bay Rose, even though I'm not a, you know, rose fan, but I still enjoy the Bay Rose. Like if I smell it on someone else, I would like it, but not on me. And then there's Coriander 39, which kind of is all right. Like that's nothing to go town for. What I would say is something really nice from this line, even though it still doesn't worth the money, is the Aldehyde 44 and Cedra 37 maybe. The rest of them are, and Benjoin 19, those three, like that would be my favorite. Now, with all said and do, let's go to SHIU 25, if I'm saying the name right. If I'm not, let me know. SHIU 25, which was released this year. And it comes in this nice box. Like, so when you buy a sample, I bought a sample from the store. If you are buying a sample like this, SHIU 25, and it comes in a nice box with all the ingredients even in here. So like you can see all the ingredients printout here. So looking into, they are 1.5 ml samples. All right. And on the box, the ingredients, acetylo, whatever that is, whatever, linalool, hydroxycitronellol, citrus, so to add some sort of citrus. This is bergamot. They have bergamot peel oil, citrus atlantica oil extract, limonene, pionine, which probably used for the camphor smell. I don't know what that is. Vanillin. Oh, it's interesting. Citrus aquarium? No, citrus aurantium peel oil, citrus lemon peel oil, beta caryophyllene, citral geranyl acetate. Interesting. Terpinolene, which is kind of that turpentine. It's almost camphor is a smell to augment that. Camphor, alpha terpenine, farnesol, whatever that is, and isoeugenol, and something else. Okay, so those are the ingredients. The description on the website says, in certain places, creations flow from stillness, like in Beijing's time-honored spaces of well-worn wooden floors, walks through hidden gardens, map pathways to presence, where the creative spirit awakens in sacred silence. SHIU 25 is an homage to these contemplative refuges for the self. Built around SHIU, the whole tree's quieter expression, its essence is known to offer balance and inner peace. In this intentionally compact composition, ethereal iris notes and olibanum float above warm, anchoring woods, evoking an enveloping atmosphere of centered calm, an invitation to return to the timeless wisdom of the senses. And the official note, does it say ingredients? Says the ingredients, but there's no official note breakdown that I see. But you could kind of see what he's talking about, right? Like they're implying that there's some iris, there's some kind of woody notes. What it is comes to, like, first thing I smelled when I sprayed this, it was the incense. Like it just came up like so, like it jumped out of the, the tester strip. I put it on my on my skin, and it was still the same thing. Like it was the iris that was the most prominent. Then like sorry, not iris, the incense, and slowly kind of dried down. Incense has not too cold of an incense on this one, and not too warm of an incense. It's just like something in between. It has aspects of both. I feel like maybe the camphor, or maybe is the combination of the pink peppercorns and the camphor, it gives it a little bit of a fizz on the top, maybe a little bit of a freshness on the top. What it really reminded me right off the bat was the new look of 2024, like Dior's new look 2024. This is what it gave me, and that is new look 2024. I think it's iris, olibanum, and maybe aldehydes. 2024. And it really reminded me of that one. Yeah, I heard good things. It is a really nice fragrance. Like, to be honest, I enjoyed it, but it did, for whatever reason, I haven't done side-by-side comparison of the new look 2024 and this one, but it did give me, like, what came to my mind was that one. And I don't know if it was that they have notes in common. I'm sure they have notes in common. That one has iris, aldehyde, and frankincense. I think that's the note breakdown is on that one, although my computer doesn't load, so I don't know. But yeah, so this one is the notes on New Look 2024 is aldehydes, frankincense, amber quartz, although I think it has iris, no? Or maybe not. Anywho, but this is the feel that I got from it. Hold on, let me see if the SHIU is here. Iris, if it is, it may be just doing a little powderiness, but very small amount. In some ways, you know how like it's a pencil shaving iris. You know what I mean. Is that pencil shaving is used for more sandalwood or for iris? I'm not sure, but it does give me that a little bit of a paper, like a paper mill smell. I don't know like if I'm saying it right, but that's kind of what I feel like it's coming from this. Maybe it is the combination of the pink pepper, Opsis and Gaiactan. Well, Gaiactan came to my mind, but Gaiactan smells like more barbecue sauce on me, which I don't like it. It goes to that direction. Opsis, I wouldn't say Opsis because Opsis is much more powderier than this one. What I'm getting Violet 30 at all. Well, I tried Violet 30. Violet 30, it's interesting that you mentioned that because I was like, oh, does this remind me of Violet 30? Let me just try it. No, Violet 30 is much more floral than this. So the florals are much more kind of present and there's not incenses this much. This is really like what jumps out of the paper for me. It is the iris, like the, not iris, sorry, the incense. So I get quite a bit of incense and I quite like it. That kind of iris pink pepper and all of what I'm saying, keep saying iris, the incense, pink pepper combination and that camphor gives it a little bit fizz. Like, I don't know if I'm, it's nice. It's nice in that way. I don't get a, like, even though but like the ingredients mentions a lot of citrus fragrances, but it doesn't. Yes, it's a clean incense. It's a very clean, elegant citrus. So what I imagine, like if I can give you a visual of someone who would be wearing this, is someone not too young and not too old, but very in a professional setting. It's very like some calm and collected. You know, the guy that nothing really like, you know, startles them or bothers them. Like they're just always calm and collected in all settings. It's very meditative in that way because probably the incense note is how kind of that integrated into it. And it, well, for whatever reason, what I'm thinking when I think about this, what I see, like, so it's part of the synesthesia, sorry. What I see is a woman or a man who's wearing a gray suit, but what's that texture of the suit? With a white shirt, with a white kind of like really, for a woman, it would be a white flowy shirt, but for a man, it's like a kind of white clean shirt. And then what do you call it? The texture of the suit, kind of that you can wear for winter. Oh my God, I can't even remember what would that be. The thicker material for the clothing. I can't remember what you call that. It will come to me. But this is what I see, like the visual I have from somebody who would be wearing that. The hair is not really like wild. It's like tweed. Yes, 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 tweed. Yes, somebody. It's like this is like, you know, somebody would be wearing a tweed suit with a white shirt, and the hair is quite sleek. Not like, you know, not greased up, but like very well kempt and very kind of like aesthetically everything is like in place. So that is what I get from this. Like it's just immediately comes to my mind. Maybe you're wearing a scarf too, like a just a little, you know, really a light scarf. So that's the feeling that I get from this. It smells very put together. That is the feeling I got. And I'm wearing it today. And surprisingly, it does last. It's not like a lot of Labos are quite light on the skin, but this probably because it has incense, it does last quite a bit. Like I could smell it on my arm. Yeah, I sprayed around 11 o'clock, like just after 11, and I could smell it until late during the day. And I put on some this morning and really enjoyed it. Like so far, I'm really enjoying it. That constantly, that kind of gets the wafts of the incense and that clean camphoric smell. It's quite refreshing. Probably also a lot of musks. You know, it doesn't, like in the ingredients, unless some of these things that are like carvone, I don't know what carvone is. I would think there would be, I don't smell musk, so I don't know if there is, I don't smell at all overly musky thing. So unless that they've used it in in combination with things, that could be it. I am surprised it had geranyl acetate because it does not smell like geranium whatsoever. And okay, what would be citrus? It's a lot of citrus notes, but it's not like, it doesn't smell like, mostly is like a pinene. I could see camphor, I could see vanillin. Like if there is any, I don't smell it. Maybe it just adds to the background. I don't see a lot of musks in the ingredients unless they haven't mentioned it. I mean, it must have some sort of base. Yeah, it has base because incense itself doesn't really last. Often it's supported by woody amber, like Isui Super or musk. Yeah, it probably has something like that. It's a base, you know. But what it is, who knows what it is? Tetramethyl acetyl octa hydronaphthalene. Oh. Isn't that naphthalene is the thing? The moth balls? Which is funny because it's like, well, it obviously doesn't smell like mothballs, but I could see like certain aspects of that smell. Musk are often not listed because they're not an allergen. Ooh. But like, why would the water be mentioned then if it's, like, water is not an allergen? Lots of terpenes, yeah. What is beta caryophyllene? Feeling reminds me of beta carotene, like for carrots. Yeah. Farnesol. I think water has to be listed because how much it's in percentage wise, not sure. Oh, okay. Well, it's interesting anyways. I like when they have all these things listed. Is it a regulation for like often this would be the person to know. What is it a regulation for them that they need to list all perfumes, like IFRA compliant perfumes, they should list all the allergens that is set by IFRA? Yeah, so what is farnesol? Okay. Farnesol is a natural 15-carbon sequesterpene alcohol found in many essential oils like rose neroli and citronella. What? Pogostemon? Cabeline? Oh, that's patchouli oil. Okay. Carbon. And stuff about certain, oh, right. It's like almost like food, right? Like if you have certain percentage of something, you have to understand. Carbon is a natural plant chemical with the formula, whatever. It's famous in chemistry, classic example of duality because there's two mirror image. Okay, whatever. And it has two isomers. It's very interesting. It's very nerdy and interesting. Anywho, I am enjoying this. Would I spend $600 something on a 100 ml? Probably not. Would I ever get a 15 ml? Not if it's at the $218. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous that the price of 15 ml per ml is more than your 1.5 ml sample. Would I consider getting a 50 ml? Maybe. Do I have something like this in my collection? I'm sure I do. And it's also like maybe some of the Armanis with the iris and incense. It's just kind of like thinking of, I have to go try them and see if it's something similar. Is it something mind-blowing? And not at all. Most people who have been into incense fragrances and you know have had something like aldehydes, incense, something, they will have something similar to this. Jihan, do you see now? Afenlicht is not me. Like, you know, Afenlicht has his own channel, so go check the channel. It's not me. You're not the same person. I know you always believe that. Anywho, I gotta go. I gotta start working. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, turn on the notification button. I'm Mr. Cologne. How are you? I just unboxed a fully handmade fragrance where the perfumer hand picked and tinctured the ingredients for €80 for a 35 ml. Hard to give a massive brand twice that for the same amount of fragrance. Yeah, you know, like the thing is, it is what it is. Yeah, we consumers, we have a choice, right? Like it is what it is. They can do whatever they want, and they're we have a choice. If collectively people do catch on to these things and don't buy, the brands will follow that, right? If we are, however, if we are like FOMOing all the time and we are going by like whatever, the brands will continue. So the businesses will cap on ignorance in the market, to be honest, and that is how it is. Yes, 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 we'll do. So we have a choice. Make your choice. It's okay if like and sometimes you want things despite whatever, like the prices. Like you want it, you can afford it, and just get it. Right, of course, I'm personally changing my consumer behavior, but the masses won't. Yes, and the kind of the frustration of that, right? The in life, I find now it's gonna go to philosophy. In life, I find there are sometimes you become aware of certain things and you make choices in your life based on that. And despite how much you may want to educate other people, despite how much you want to give the message out, it's almost like, and I'm not comparing masses to children, but it's almost like trying to teach a 5-year-old chemistry, right? If they haven't got to that stage, they won't be in that stage. There's no amount of logic or education or whatever that is gonna help with that. It's just that it's a matter of time. Yes, education can help in that some of the people who are close to or like have insight, maybe they're starting to look into kind of have the intention to question things and having inquisitive mind. But we can't change mass behavior just because we as an individual became aware of certain things, which is hard. It's a hard pill to swallow, and kind of to be able to live your life and not let that bother you to a certain extent is a challenge of everyday life for us. Like to that, I see it, I see through it. How is that everyone else doesn't see? And that's how it's going to be, right? That's how life is. And to make sure that your awareness of something, that you're aware of something, you find out about something, you see through shit, you can put the word out. You have made your contribution to the society. Now let the time to do its magic. Eventually, if it's something that is true and it's based on facts, people will get to it. And even if they don't get to it, it's not our responsibility. And easier said than done, but I often also struggle with that. but I hear what you're saying. I mean, you will hear me bitch and complain about those things too. But is that I try to like always think about it, is that just because I see it, it doesn't mean everyone else will see it. And even if they see it, it doesn't mean that they're gonna change their behavior. Very wise words. Thank you for keeping us grounded. No worries. I wish I can apply to that to all my circumstances of daily life. But I try to kind of be mindful of that and not get too carried away, because once you go down that road, it makes you bitter towards humanity as general. It makes you jaded in some ways and get frustrated, right? Like with things. Anyways, I gotta go. I'm late already. I love you all, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.